I completely forgot about the stream. Uh-oh.
Okay, and hello, and welcome back to another episode of Apple Talk. Tonight we got some interesting topics, and we're basically coming live from wherever we are. We got Henry, we got Luke, who's got his camera on, which is a rare sight. We got Logan again, who might as well just become a host at this point, and we got myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when's it gonna finally happen?
Got bigger balls than Aaron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're also nearing episode 10. This is episode 9. And once we get to like episode 12 or so, we will officially have surpassed Tekken Chat, which is hilarious because they've been around for less time than us, yet we're about to surpass them in like 3 weeks, which is funny. So I think we should dedicate a whole thing to that once that happens. I bet this is going to be a dislike bomb because Aaron's quite salty with his alts all loaded up in like an array on his desktop. But,
oh god.
Yeah.
I was gonna say his computer is probably so ancient it would probably freaking like kill it. He probably does all. I bet you his daily driver is like a Power Mac G4.
His daily driver takes 10 minutes to boot up because he can't let go of the board. So he just leaves it on all the time.
Well, I think everybody leaves theirs on all the time. Because why shut it off?
Bill running something on for a while.
Macintosh 2.
Well, not really too much else to say. Henry's going to be distracted for like 90% of the time because he's editing something. That
I'm writing something, not editing.
Oh, is this homework or editing?
Mixture of both.
No. Not homework.
Yeah,
homework can
You're
burn.
homework now. You have a whole nother day tomorrow.
No, I don't. And I'm not going to dive into why on the stream. Maybe afterwards I'll say, but definitely not on camera.
You have to go to school on Sunday?
No.
Sucks to be you.
Although, to be fair, my high school, so I'm in the final year of high school. But anyway, I'm in the final year of high school, and there is someone at our school who's got coronavirus. 280 people in my year, 230 went home yesterday during the day. I was one of them who didn't.
Oh yeah. Something like that happened in our school a few weeks ago. Basically, like, at least like 30 kids got, like, just because one person got it, 30 kids got quarantined, including me.
There was this, at my school, like, a lot of kids all met up in, like, this group, not including me, because I don't have friends or a social life. Basically, a lot of kids met up together, like, a lot of the girls and stuff. And now, like, all of them are gone because they all met up this one day.
Oh yeah.
So now they're all gone.
Yeah, that's why.
And now it's just like me and my sister and some other losers.
That's why my town is one of the hotspots because people wouldn't stop meeting up.
I mean, if we all quarantined for like 2 weeks and just stayed inside, it'd be just gone. But people can't do that.
In our place, it's because there was a party thrown on the day before lockdown. And one person there had coronavirus and it's affected, I think, about
yeah, it's been kind of blowing up in our area too. Like, even since I've got back, like, I got back and there are some kids who were quarantined with me who got quarantined again because apparently somebody else got it and it's spreading like crazy and we had to even like cancel Thanksgiving and everything, which we should do anyway.
Well, this is a new weekly series, guys. Welcome to coronavirus updates in our life.
COVID talk.
That should be a new topic. We should update everyone on coronavirus. But yeah, otherwise, I guess we'll just get into the first topic.
CNN?
Before we do, want to welcome Enzo and welcome Aiden.
Duke.
Oh yeah, Enzo's not here tonight. I've only just realised that.
I don't know. We'll have him on next week. Why not?
Yeah.
Do Enzo.
Next week? I don't know. All right. So, Duke says his school's like. His school's the last one in the city without COVID. That's rare.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway.
I think that's even rarer than working Mac Classics.
Yeah. We'll get into those.
You know, mine kind of blew up earlier today.
But,
yeah,
let's get into the first topic, which is somewhat boring, but I thought I had to put it in, which is M1
This is one that I can skip.
M1 Mac benchmarks. Are they better than we expected? I guess this is sort of like the news-ish segment because we always seem to do some sort of current event at the beginning. and this one being M1 Maxes. Everyone's got their M1 Max. Everyone's doing benchmarks. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they performed as well as they did, at least in single-core performance, which they've totally blown everything away. And then multi-core performance is still pretty good, but I mean, multi-core performance I'd still say is kind of average for like a higher-end system. But I'm surprised how powerful because they started with low-end consumer devices. They're actually kind of decently powerful. But what do you guys think?
Well, I don't know. As far as the M1 Max go, I think it's sort of. I was expecting them to be more powerful because I don't think even though it sort of seems a bit fishy in the keynote or whatever they were doing, the whole infomercial 40-minute infomercial thing, it sort of seemed a bit fishy how they didn't have any solid comparisons, like solid machines that they can say it is better than this.
Directly to other systems, and they never listed actual speeds, which is kind of
Yeah,
infuriating.
That made me sort of skeptical initially of whether or not it was actually going to be sort of what they were saying. But I mean, they're going to be better, obviously, than PCs. But it's a matter of I don't think they're probably as good. I think Apple sort of sugarcoated how better they are in a way. I'm not sure if they're.
They were so confident they were going to be good. I mean, they seem good, but they're not as good as they called them out to be. I feel like they're slightly on the lower side. I don't know, but I mean, they're still somewhat impressive, I guess. I mean, people are saying that they're pretty good, which is surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if any of you guys watch the Computer Clan channel. I've seen some sort of negative.
I haven't watched his M1 video, though.
Yeah, you also got in
I watched that.
Your video that you did on the Mac TV, didn't you?
Oh yeah, he did. He watched that probably because I'm like one of the 3 people that have actually made decent Mac TV videos. And I used to have a picture of his Macintosh SE video thumbnail on my wall because I thought it looked cool. And he actually commented and said, "Hey, I'm flattered that you did that." And I thought, "Hey, that's pretty cool." And he even tweeted about it, which I found out about 2 years later because I never checked my Twitter. So, I mean, I haven't been more recently.
I'm still in the middle of writing about something to do with Germany during the 1920s and 30s. And this place that I'm getting the fucking information for is selling a Hitler poster with a swastika in the background for £1.50. Fuck off!
I'll buy it. No, I'm just kidding.
No way am I buying that.
It's only good in paper value.
That's like the shit that you buy and then get freaking blackmailed. Like they'll have your address, they'll freaking send you like who knows what.
If I with a Nazi poster back there, I would be disgraced. I don't think anyone would buy it.
Well, that's just like a direct passage to like hell if you hang a Nazi poster.
It's a direct passage to getting your life destroyed.
Direct passage to getting your ass kicked by literally anyone.
Jewish person. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I don't think M1 Max are really gonna go any. I mean, at least the topic isn't gonna go anywhere.
Yeah. I guess doesn't one of Luke's friends have an M1 Mac? Doesn't one of Luke's friends have an M1 Mac?
Yes, she does. She replaced her A1534, which died from a dead CPU because those Macs are shit.
Which one did she get as a replacement?
I think it was the Air.
Yeah.
Because she had the 12-inch MacBook before.
I mean, the Airs aren't that bad. The 12-inch MacBook, despite this is going to be an unpopular opinion. Despite the horrible keyboard and the single USB-C, I actually think the 12-inch MacBook's not actually a bad computer.
Not if you're me.
No.
I mean, yeah,
it was
the only thing I like about it is that it's a small laptop you can carry with one hand, and you can just toss it around and take it literally wherever you go. Unlike what I'm using, which is a 11-pound computer, including charger. You can't even carry
it. It's an 11.6-inch MacBook Air. That's an upgrade, darling.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, go ahead, and I'll say what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm still using an 11-inch MacBook Air. I think that'd be an upgrade to me, Charlie.
I mean, the only problem with
My dad has one.
the 12-inch is that it's too small to be comfortable to use for long periods of time.
Not for me.
Keyboard's
These
bad,
are fine.
performance is bad, I/O is bad,
Oh
reliability
god, the
is
keyboard is
bad.
terrible.
But otherwise,
The reliability
it's
is
a
only
nice,
really bad
it's a
with
good little
keyboard,
laptop.
isn't
If
it?
you just want to like pull it out and do something. I might maybe get
Yeah.
an 11-inch MacBook if I feel like it, if I have money at some point. But at the moment,
And see, here's the thing too. If I were to get an 11-inch MacBook, it would probably only to be for like writing scripts, which I never do for my videos
Just
because
really
I'm not
simple
professional at
things, just
all.
like maybe
And just-
watch
yeah.
videos. I mean, better than an iPad. Somewhat.
Yeah,
Well, no,
because
like-
I already have like a full feature Windows laptop with a bigger screen, probably better performance and everything. Because I don't know how they'd be able to shove too much into this thin of a thing. Because I've seen some of those in person, and they're just unbelievably thin. Like
Yeah.
even thinner than they look in like the videos and everything. But anyway, though, something I was mentioning earlier, and then like we got sort of off topic here. The computer clan, he made a video on the M1 machines. He bought one of the, I think it was the MacBook. Was it the Air or the Pro? I think it was the Air.
Yeah.
And one thing that really sort of impressed me from a YouTube creator standpoint is how well that thing edited 4K high resolution video with all the effects on
Did
it.
it?
I mean,
But I mean, literally any laptop could sort of edit that decently well. I mean, at least pros
Modern
and laptops have been doing it well enough for years. But I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Like, yeah, export times are better. Yeah. I mean, you can still do it on less powerful machines, but
Yeah.
it's good.
But I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, this is like how, I mean, sure, some laptops can do it good, but you're looking at this razor thin, 11-inch computer that is editing the stuff like you would expect probably from like an actual PC that's designed to edit that, or a Mac that's designed to edit that footage. I just find that pretty impressive. And I think the main reason is because, that's sort of Apple's only market is sort of, pro customers like that. So they definitely want to appeal to them. And I think they're definitely doing a good job of it. But, the thing is, too, is with these ARM Macs, they can do that. But then the fact that you can only use 2 active USB devices, and there's just so many other limitations, it's sort of, I think, a bit too premature to sort of switch all their products over to ARM processors just yet.
Yeah.
I think they should have done a bit more R&D work to, resolve some of those problems. But who knows, with the next revision, that could all be fixed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll have
I'm
to
going to
see.
give it the benefit of...
I-
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I think maybe I'm pretty sure other computer companies are gonna have to catch up somehow. I mean, now people are saying Macs are now different and Macs are now special, which is true. Now Macs are literally their own thing. I mean, they're going to become their own thing. Come on, we need an iMac redesign, goddammit. But
Yeah,
we do.
we need a whole
but-
product line.
What was that concept I saw? I saw a concept iMac that redesigned the G4. I initially didn't
What?
like it.
No,
It's just like an
I don't think that they shouldn't redesign the G4, in my opinion, as a modern computer, because it's just we've
doesn't
come
work.
so much further. We
Yeah,
don't
that's why I didn't like it.
like people say that they should redesign the G4, the G3, or the iBook clamshell.
I mean, the G3
They don't-
doesn't work. The clamshell
No.
is too bulky, and the G4
Exactly.
it's either too complex design or it's also
Yeah.
too bulky. There's the whole
And
point.
here's the way
the whole point of
complex
modern
design
computers
is
that
the
people
fact-
like to flex is that the amount of space they take up on a desk is small. Like the stands are small.
Yeah.
People are like, "Whoa, so
Yeah.
cool! A small stand. It takes up less space."
For
on
me,
the
it's the
desk.
opposite.
It can
I
be
gotta
moved
have
around
like
it."
chunky, powerful shit, and that's
Yeah.
what I think's cool. But here's the thing too. I mean, we look at machines like the G3, which I actually have one right there, and iMacs and stuff like that. I mean, they're pretty machines, but they
They're
sort of had their time
really
and place,
not
and
fun.
I don't really think that a plastic machine with those sort of color schemes as a modern machine,
People go, "Oh my
in the
God,
same
Apple's
form that they
so
would,
cheap,
would
they're
work.
switching to plastic instead of my fancy
Yeah.
Johnson aluminum that I've been
Yeah, we need like all this fancy like sapphire, which is the real sapphire, and like aluminum and all that
Plastic
stuff.
is obsolete as far
Yeah.
as they're concerned.
Mhm.
But,
Plus, then you have to worry like long-term things, like with metal. It's metal; it stays that way. But like with plastic too, as the years go on, like for example, this right here, you got to worry about like people I mean, then again, Apple's market is you switch every freaking year, but like when these things get old, then you got to worry about like brittle
And
plastics and stuff like this.
I don't really think they care about longevity.
Yeah.
As long as it lasts within the warranty, it's good enough.
Mhm.
It's like modern cars nowadays. They're built to last only for a leasing period, not like your dad's 280 SL, for example, which is built to last a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean the thing that's the whole dilemma. I mean everything back then was built to last because that wasn't the marketing strategy back then. Back then things were built to sell, so things looked really cool. At least in the 50s, like things were made to look cool, and all this cool styling, and they were extremely reliable, and people thought that was good. But now today people realize, hey, people are gonna buy this anyway. Why don't we just make it crappy so they'll buy it again? And yeah, that's their.
I was doing work on my dad's car today, and the thing that annoys me about it is how they design something to be so like I was doing a headlight change, and they designed something to be so just hard to get to and hard to repair for something so simple. It's just we live in a throwaway society. No matter how you look at it, with anything that's modern, it's just
And it's sad too, because it's sad in many reasons. First of all, I mean, you have the most obvious and the most, significant, and that's the environment. The more stuff we throw away, the more it adds up to the freaking stuff in landfills.
Company says, "Oh, we're doing the environment a favor.
No,
oh, we're making it out of
not.
recycled materials. Oh, blah 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 blah."
What they
the
are
thing is that
doing,
putting
what they
more
are
things in a
doing
landfill
with
isn't
that.
being environmentally friendly. If anything,
Yeah.
it's gotten worse.
Yeah, what they are
And see,
doing
you
with
gotta
that
think-
is
you
they
gotta
are
think,
saying
too.
that they
What
they are doing
Sorry.
with that is that they are saying no problem. But what they're doing with that is that they're saying they're doing something environmental. So when people go and say, "Oh, but you're doing this," is completely against it, they'll be able to say, "But look at this aspect. Look over here.
Yes, there's
Don't
another
look
one.
here
There's another
where
one.
the real problem is."
Yeah,
That's what they're
and
doing. That is what they're doing.
There's no
slightly
excuse to
unrelated,
throw
but yet
something
it still relates to like the environment and their recycling and everything. The thing is too is like even if Apple were recycling things, like
Should not.
truly
I mean,
recycling
they
everything,
are,
which
but
they
it's
are.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're getting through loopholes, but basically, like in that case, with the amount of stuff that they'd be recycling, as much as stuff is designed to fail nowadays from Apple and just everywhere, you got to think of the energy that's required to sort of run those recycling centers and recycle those devices all the time because there's so many that are
And
failing
that's the
because
dilemma of
they're not
electric
designed to
cars.
be used.
Like, oh, the electric car doesn't produce
Yeah.
any pollution. What about
But
the manufacturing? What about where the
produces-
energy comes from? Couldn't it be all
Exactly.
nuclear?
Because see, it's all going to come back to somewhere, and they might be saving, they might be saving the environment in that way. But then, where's that energy come from? Probably a coal power plant, right?
Always a catch.
And you got to go back to there.
I was talking with my dad today about something. So basically, Charlie put in the chat or in the server something about this woman and the person who raped her basically joining up, and I had an argument with my friend about it because they said that he's a good person who just did a wrong thing. No, he's fucking not. He's a
Wait,
piece of shit, by the way.
you seriously
But
took
anyway.
something I sent into a whole nother.
Yes, because I knew what they were gonna say,
Oh.
and But anyway, I was talking about that earlier because it pissed me off, and we were talking about it. And you have to think not about one thing. You have to think about the entire knock-on effect of it. If you're going to if you're going to buy an electric, so bringing it back to what we were saying, if you're going to buy an electric car, yes, you're doing good in that one sense. You're getting what you want there.
You have to think of the
But
whole
the
thing.
knock-on effect of that is going to be catastrophic because the amount that you've got to waste on production, mining for lithium, on actually melting down the metals to recycle it and then get it back to Tesla, for example, to make the car, the things that you need to do to actually power the machines that build it, that weld it, and everything like that, that produce really, really toxic gases, it in the end is going to be worse for the environment than just fixing your car that you currently own as a diesel or a petrol and driving that until it dies and then
Even-
repair it again.
But even when the
Yeah.
electric car is dead, which is in like 10 years, or even 5 years, I mean, batteries don't even last that long. The age of
Yeah.
the lifespan of batteries is incredibly short, and you have to think about what are they supposed to do with these cars when they're not. I mean, yeah, they can recycle most of it. I mean, they could just recycle
Literally
most of it like
Builds
a
is
normal
building
car.
an
But then
LS
the main
SWAT
part is the battery.
Tesla
I mean,
model.
what are you supposed to do with the battery? And then I've also heard stuff about
Yeah.
like child labor, the lithium that they use, and other
Yeah.
crap.
Richard Builds has got an answer to that because he's now making an LS SWAT Tesla Model S, which I really want to have a go in.
That actually sounds kind of cool. I mean, the
It
car
does
itself
sound
is
cool.
old.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
No,
And I guess before I lose my train of thought here, I figured I'd mention, the thing too, the only argument I have against your point about manufacturing is that's only a one-time thing. But the way you got to look at it too is that it's not just that; it's the power that it takes to recharge the batteries every freaking 24 hours. Because the thing about gas cars, you only recharge them or you only refuel them only when you need gas, and usually, they don't burn too much during a consistent period because you can use 20 gallons of gas for like however, I don't know. But basically, the problem is that usually electric car owners, every night they'll plug it in and charge it till the morning, and they'll go drive to work, whatever, then plug it back in and charge it. That takes a lot of electricity because it requires a lot of amps to charge those batteries,
The
which
energy comes from like
burns a lot of coal.
nuclear or something, which is worse for the environment than to just use a gas car.
Exactly.
Yeah, because at least you're not burning it all. Like you're not burning all that energy at during a small period of time. When it's a gas car, you go 4 or 5 days before refueling, and then it's leveled out. So, yeah. Anyway, though, you were something.
The thing with electric car, the thing with the actual electric car, the thing that's awful is that to actually power it, it's going to do as much. To charge it, it's going to do as much damage as it would a normal gas car because of things like. In my country, for example, we've still got so many coal burning and oil burning power plants that it's just going to be, catastrophic for the environment either way. Because you use more electricity to charge a car, you're going to make more pollution from the actual power plants. Whereas if you use a gas car, you're going to create the emissions that way. Either way you look at it, there is going to be bad emissions. The only way I can see that working is if they have nuclear power. That's the only way.
But then again, there's the fear of like a biohazard, or not. I don't think biohazards.
Nuclear fission, yes. Nuclear fusion, on the other hand.
Fusion is different. Though
fusion
it's
is
kind
practically impossible to have anything go wrong because it is infusing the atoms instead of taking them apart.
Yeah, we learned about this in school like a month ago or so. But it's kind of interesting.
I love that about it.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, we kind of went from M1 Max to the environment to electric cars to nuclear fusion and fission.
Well, this is what is interesting about this actual.
I mean, M1 Max are boring anyway. All right, should we move on to an actually interesting topic?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I agree.
All right, this one's gonna be fun for everyone. It is our Dream Max. What Max do we dream of having? What Max do we have wet dreams about every night before we go to bed? Yeah.
Why did you have to put it that way?
I can guarantee he's got a couple of his anus.
Well, yeah, I do. The first one isn't technically a Mac, but it can be modified to run Mac OS, and that's an Apple Lisa 2. Some people like the Lisa 1's better, but I personally sort of really like the sort of industrial design of the Lisa 2 more, in my personal opinion. That's a machine that I really want to get my hands on one of these days, and definitely one that would be really cool to own and use and everything. Other than that, one that I might actually possibly getting in the upcoming months is a Macintosh Portable. It's an interesting machine. It'd be something cool to mess around with.
Right after I got one. Or at least I've been noticing it more. I don't know.
I think it's probably because your videos sort of brought more attention to it, because before that, it's sort of portable, rare machine, whatever.
I forgot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think a few of mine, one of mine is the holy grail is Lisa 1, the original Lisa.
Oh, yeah, that would be
I
cool
like
too.
the original Lisa because it's kind of different, and I really do like the styling of it. Like, I like the Lisa badge, and I like all the cool little details. And yes, I do like the Lisa 2 as well. I like that because it reminds me more of an SE. But the Lisa 1 kind of just speaks to me in a way. It's a bit cooler, in my opinion, anyway. But, I mean, some people would say an Apple 1. But to be completely honest,
Yeah, the
it's
Apple
more of
one
like
isn't.
a museum piece. It would be like owning a like an ancient pot or something, because you can't really do anything with it. And I'd most likely end up putting it in a glass box or a picture frame or something. I don't know.
Yeah. If I owned an Apple, see the Apple One's sort of a machine that you would sort of get and then you'd be like, oh well, this is so cool, but I'm not sure if I really want to keep this. I might as well just give this to a museum. So there's not really any significant reason to owning one. They're very, very, very uncommon. Some go as high as you can. I think some have sold for almost $1 million at this point. There's only like 70 still working.
I think 400.
And even if you
I don't
have,
know. They haven't
No,
sold for
Apple
$1 million.
ones.
There is a retard on eBay put one up for 1.2 million. I think the most one's ever gone in auction is like
800,000.
800,000.
That's still.
I thought it was
ridiculous.
800,000.
It is. It's a lot. I mean, it is kind of a. I mean, it's money for the one for something that's. I mean, basically what you're buying essentially is the first ever product from one of the largest and most iconic tech companies of all time.
Mhm. Or just flat out companies in general.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you say the word Apple, I think everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, but if you say the word Apple, everyone already thinks about your iPhone rather than what they started with.
It angers me.
Most expensive one sold for 900 grand. Yeah, Aiden fact checked.
Yeah, so
900 grand.
Yep, I could buy a house
almost
for
$1
that.
million
Actually, 3
dollars.
houses.
Yeah.
You could buy a nice house.
I
for
could,
that.
I
Or
could
you
buy a
three.
Bugatti Veyron for that.
Why would you buy a car for that?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Oh, cat.
That's one reason. You could buy a car. And you could buy 2 cars and a house, probably.
I could buy 2 DeLoreans for that much and sell them both for Henry.
Oh, don't scratch.
Yeah.
Your cat's scratching.
Scratching the
Oh
box.
man. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's
My
the thing.
favorite.
I don't really understand paying $900,000 for something that you know, most likely isn't going to work. If you do get it working, you're destroying history, and it's going to do pretty much
I
nothing
think
but like
even
be a
if you do
basic
get it and it
monitor
doesn't
or something
work, you
monitor.
want to fix it because it would just kill the value.
Yeah.
And I think the people who have bought it are mainly having it just
This
as
is
something to
this
sit
is a
around.
dining room, not a bathroom. This is a window.
Yeah.
I don't think a bathroom would have a window this big.
Unless it was the bathroom in the bloody Playboy Mansion.
Unless it was the bathroom of Jeremy Clarkson's camper van. I mean, no. His whole camper van's literally a bathroom. It's just got this giant window. You just stare at. You've seen it, Henry.
I can't even remember
That was
this
from-
one. Was
that was
this
from
the
the Grand
Leaning
Tour.
Tower
The
of
Leaning
Secret?
Tower of Secret.
It was like International Buffoon's Vacation or something.
I don't remember this.
It was from the Grand Tour. Don't you remember?
Oh, that one!
Yeah,
Yes!
come on.
I was thinking you were meaning the Leaning Tower of Secret.
Oh no, not that one. No, that's a whole different one.
Yeah,
But,
that was a different story. But to be fair, both are hilarious.
Yeah. But I think another one that I like as well is the 20th anniversary Mac.
Towns are quite cool.
That one's a really
Maybe.
cool one. I know a guy who might be who might try to who I might buy one from, although he might not, he's asking a bit of money for it.
Good
I'm
old
hoping I
Clement.
can get it because it'd be cool. I mean, that's one of my longtime unicorns. And his comes with the box and everything. And,
Oh wow.
I mean, I think the last one that I can think of that comes to the top of my head would be a G4 Cube. Not because like, ooh, Cube, so fancy, but because it's sort of sentimental to my dad at least, because he used to have one and he thought it was the greatest Apple computer of all time. And even today, he's like, oh my god, the Cube was so cool. It was the Cube. This little box with a monitor. And, I don't know. But I think those are my top 3, honestly. As well as the 128K,
Yeah.
that was cool.
I've already got one of my
128 is cool, but you know, I already have a Macintosh Plus, and that's basically a 128 with like different ROMs, bit more RAM, well, actually expandable memory, and an 800K floppy drive. I mean, pretty much has the same case and everything, so I don't really need a 128K. Plus, what would I do with it? It would just sort of be, oh, cool, 128. It's sort of like owning. In my opinion, owning a Macintosh 128K is like owning an Apple One. It's sort of like, you know, oh cool, I have the original OG Macintosh, but you know, I'm always going to go to like an SE or something more powerful. I'm never going to actually use the 128.
Yeah. Well, I've got right here a couple of Charlie's unicorns.
I wouldn't say unicorns. I mean, I do want them, but I wouldn't go out of my. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're cool. I do want to collect all the iBooks. If I do get those, all I would need is the translucent. Or no, is that the translucent graphite or the snow graphite? That's the snow, isn't it? Or
It's the white one.
Yeah, the white one. So if I were to get those, all I'd need is the translucent graphite, Helon,
This is
and
Luke's.
cadmium. Oh, yeah, that one's Luke's. Look, your eyebrow.
Yeah, it's also got a broken DVD drive. It does work. It's just the fact
I
that
swear mine's in worse condition.
I want close. Also,
Yes.
you can tell that someone
Oh.
smoked with this.
Ooh, delicious.
Oh,
Enjoy that.
yummy.
Uh-oh.
Look it all up.
Yeah. So Aiden's Dream Mac is a 2FX.
If we get 1,000
Access
likes,
2FX.
I will lick this.
Ooh, the two
Yeah.
effects. is
How
a cool
many
machine.
likes?
1,000.
1,000? Oh, good luck.
Not 1,000.
Come on.
Because I know
Jack
it'll never
Daniels,
happen.
Give
I'm not
Henry
fucking doing
disease.
Give me the coronavirus.
No, not the coronavirus. That's like, unless there's like an old version.
It'll probably give me,
Lung cancer.
probably give me tuberculosis. Oh yeah, this was the, I got under a lot as well.
I think so.
Off episode.
Um,
This thing is mint.
Nice.
Duke offered me a power.
Oh, nice.
Not bad. Yeah, so Aiden's Dream Mac is the 2FX that's been maxed out. Honestly, I like the 2FX as well, although I already have a 2. I mean, I'd probably sell the 2 and then use the 2FX instead, because I don't need 2. I mean, maybe I would have 2, I don't know. But that one's a cool one. But what about you, Luke? You haven't really said much.
Emacs. That's my dream Mac, although a lot of people think maybe I'd say clamshell, because I love
Emacs.
clamshell.
Well,
It's
you
not
might be
like-
buying
It's not
mine,
Mac,
which,
but I had one. Well, yeah.
Well, that would be
Yeah, Emacs is an interesting machine. I never really found much of an interest in it.
Robert Kester's in here. I didn't even realise.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was killed off in like episode.
Hi,
he was just
dickhead.
killed off. Yep. Imagine
Wait, hold
not
on, what
changing
happened with
your
him?
profile picture.
Oh god, here we go again. Here we go again.
Now watch this. We're gonna get like 10
Oh, did you
dislikes.
get the
in
hat?
a few minutes.
Oh, who cares?
Oh no, I don't have one.
Aiden says he's already got most of his Dream Max. I'm kind of the same. I'm not like
Yeah,
who just
me
buys the first
too.
thing I see. I sort of go
Yeah.
out of my way to get the things that I want. Like I got a Mac 2. I got a Duo Dock. I got
You got the TV?
Yeah, I got the Mac TV. Color
Yeah, I've got the
Classic.
ones that I've
Ooh,
got.
a color classic. That's
Oh,
one
yeah.
I've been sort of looking in.
And they are
And that's
Yeah.
not as much part of a dream machine, but that's just sort of part of my goal to sort of finish off collecting all of the original compact Macs, because I pretty much have all the
would
main
like a
generations.
compact.
I have
I
a
would like
Plus, I have an SE, sort of. I have those general, and then I also have the
SE30.
classic.
The
So
SE30,
the
king of
color
compacts.
classic case or form factor is sort of the only one I'm missing right now.
Yeah.
And the SE30 technically,
SE30
but that's
is like the king of compacts. If I were to get
Yeah.
another one besides the 128K, I'd get an SE30. That was pretty cool. Again, I
yeah.
know a guy
I'd
who
say
works
once I get the SE30 and the color classic, then I pretty much sort of have them all. I mean, I technically don't have I don't have a 128K or a 512K, but those technically are similar to the Plus, and the SE is similar, pretty much the same machine as the HD, except it doesn't have it has a different ROM and a different floppy drive, and then the SE30 is sort of its own thing, and then the color
I
classic.
like
is
your
sort of
haircut, Luke.
Oh,
King,
hey,
King's mom.
It's my safety hat.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
He
It's
does.
my safety hat.
It's his safety.
Yeah. Mhm. God,
Yeah,
I
until one's gone, I'll be
Oh,
bad.
another one I just thought of. Not because someone else said that, or no one else said that, but what I do also really want is a G3 all-in-one, which is kind of
Oh, that'd be
God's
cool.
sake.
kind of
They're
impossible.
hideous.
No, they're not. Fuck you.
They're ugly.
The tooth Mac.
Watch as I just get banned from this, like, Charlie did.
Bye. You're about to get banned. But no, seriously. I do want a G3 all-in-one because it's kind of cool and rare.
No, but seriously, they're
And
hideous.
it's a really nice system, especially to use because it's got all the
Hideous.
got all the drives, got all the IO.
Hideous.
That's your opinion.
I'm gonna be
You know,
killed.
in the future when I have money, I'm gonna buy one and like chuck it at your house. And you're gonna have to deal with it.
Thank you.
But yeah, anyway, I would get one because that would be cool. But unfortunately, I'm not in the position to get one, mainly because I don't live in the country. And they've also
And
put up
because
crazy
you also
prices
just spent
on
it all on a 12 Pro Max.
Oh yeah.
By the
right.
way, I think it's been what? Has it been a week now since you've had it? How is it?
It's been like pretty much exactly a week now. I got it on Friday of last week. And just briefly, I want to say, I am working on the review. Comes out tomorrow night. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I almost bought an iPhone 12 Pro today. It was a 512 gig in Pacific Blue, so Charlie will be happy. But
Basically
fuck off, I
mine,
like
exactly.
silver. For 750 quid.
I won't
That's not
stop
bad.
itching.
And I paid like
No.
way more for mine.
Considering that it was 1300 brand new.
Nice.
More.
So is yours a Pro or a Pro Max, Charlie?
Mine's a Max.
Pro Max.
That
Actually,
one
let me
was a
go back.
regular.
Yeah, I don't know. Another machine I sort of want to get my hands on, going back to the topic, it isn't a Mac or Apple at all, but I figure I'll throw it in here because it's one of my sort of dream
Guessing
machines
it's
that I
a
want.
Next.
No, it's not a Next. It's actually
Really?
completely unrelated to Apple. It's a Commodore PET. It's a cool
Get
machine,
out. This is an Apple
yeah.
podcast.
but still, it's related. It's sort of
Start talking
related
about
to
it.
Apple a little bit.
They're
It's a cool machine.
interesting. I'll give them
Yeah.
that. Bit weird.
The main reason I want one is because they look dope. That's pretty much it. I'm not sure what I'd actually do with it because I already have a Commodore 64.
I got the boy. The
Dude.
boyo himself.
I want one, but I don't want it blue.
I simped for this phone, basically. Wasted all.
Well,
my
we all know what Charlie
This
did
is
probably
spent-
like 3
it's like wasting
times.
all your money
Charlie
on
sent
noise.
through his phone because he spent all that on it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I think Charlie probably
Really? Did you seriously
did
find one for
some
700? Why didn't you buy it?
Huh?
stuff.
That was a good price.
Yeah, I know it was a good price. I just didn't believe it was true.
What?
I thought it was going to be a fake phone.
Well,
Because a 512 gigabyte iPhone 12 Pro for 750
in the
quid, which is
flagship
meaning
color.
the person is losing 450 after not even a month after release. I don't think it's real.
Yeah, me too.
Very sus.
Oh no, my autistic friends
Very
are here.
sus.
I see that.
Oh no.
Well, what I'm thinking of doing currently is I'm thinking of selling my 12.
No,
No, my
Sam,
laptop.
please
Sorry.
don't.
Use
Have
use one
chat
of the phones
spammers.
that I've got.
Yay. Guess I need
Yeah.
to buy some Beast, Charlie,
Yeah, maybe.
with the capital YE.
Yeah, these are some of my
Why
old,
you?
these are some
I
of my
don't get
old
it.
special friends. But whatever.
Special as in special ed.
I don't get it.
No. No! What do you do? No! How dare you? How dare
What?
you? No! That's
How
no.
dare-
No. How dare you? That's
Wait,
no. You
What?
asshole. You asshole.
Bye,
My
motherfuckers.
poor friend. Why is my mic quiet?
I don't think it's quiet. Oh shit.
Is it
my chat
quiet
is-
now?
Right on my end.
Oh my god. I think it's too loud now. Saved.
Oi.
Oh,
Oh god.
Let's see. Maybe I'll just put it up a bit. Okay.
your mic sounds like to. Oh god, that's. Oh.
I
shit.
sound
My
like the
webcam is like-
definition of Fortnite. Feast your eyes. If you put your mic on your lip like this, you sound really lovely.
You all sound like Rudolph on my.
Oh shit! No, my laptop's gonna die. 1 second.
Run.
Damn it! Where's my charger?
Run,
Oh,
Blue.
Ah.
Run.
God damn it! It's downstairs.
Oh, for
How
God's
how
sake.
dare you destroy my friends like that? Alright. Well, I guess we don't really have too much to talk about with this topic.
Oh god. Yeah, because I've already got my Dream Mac, which is a keyline clamshell, a blue and white G3, which actually fucking works
your
now.
expectations for Dream Max are kind of low.
Oh, piss off.
Ah, where's the damn
Well, I do
connector?
want a G4 Cube.
Ah, just in time.
Yeah.
Oh come on! It's locking.
G4 Cubes
No.
are cool, but they are ridiculously overpriced. What, I think the cheapest one I've seen recently is about 200 quid. Oh, he's gone.
Oh god. I freaking plug in the cable to the damn thing and then it just freaking dies. Literally right when right after I plug in the cable, it just shuts off. That's annoying.
Well, you gotta
It gives
get
you
the
a-
electrons moving.
Well, anyway, I guess we're gonna move on to our next topic, which is also collection
Yeah,
related, which is what are our first Macs? The first Macs in our collection. And what were they?
Ooh.
I think
This
we
is an interesting one.
came up with this one over a voice chat a few days ago, and I think we
Yeah,
thought
I
it was a good
came up with this
idea.
one. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, you reminded me what it was because I was spending an hour trying to remember it in the middle of class.
Really?
And then you came out of nowhere and like you totally knew the answer. And I'm like, oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
Because I remember shit.
Yeah.
Unlike people that I know in my fucking life. Bastards.
Yeah, but anyway. I mean,
Anyway, moving on.
I know Henry's was a key lime iBook G3.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That is the longest I've owned. That is the one that I've owned for the longest time. The
Oh
first
yeah,
one
we're
I
gonna talk
had,
about that in a bit.
First one I had was a 2006 MacBook, white polycarbonate one. It was actually in really good condition. It didn't have any cracks, didn't have anything like that, and I sold it. Kind of regret that.
Nice.
They're not really that valuable, so I.
Well, that could be a topic for next week. What Macs have we sold and regretted?
Yeah, I almost sold my keyline, and I knew how much I would regret it if I sold that because mine had the working battery, it's in really good condition, and I know that I just wouldn't be able to find another one in this country.
Yeah.
So that one stayed. I'm glad it did stay, but the person who was going to buy it was asking me if I had a Ruby iBook clamshell.
A groovy.
A Ruby clamshell.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a while
Yep.
ago. That was back when
Yeah,
Jack
it was.
around.
This is like,
Jeez.
yeah, this was Jack days.
Yeah, I remember that. That was like. That was before coronavirus.
Oh God, I miss
like
forever.
Yeah.
I miss freedom. But
I do too. Well, hopefully it will be not too long until we get back to normal life. Because from what I hear, they do have a
get the vaccine. I really
they do
hope
have a
the
working vaccine. Multiple
I really hope
ones.
the coronavirus vaccine will be mandatory and not have
I
some
do too.
anti-vaxxer Karen go on.
Oh.
"I'm not getting the coronavirus.
Well, it's gonna be the
It's my choice."
fucking anti-vax Karens that don't freaking do it because it's gonna give us autism. Well, guess what? You either get like mild autism or you freaking like don't live and just like freaking kill the human race because your
Live.
retarded ass can't freaking buy
Plus, the
vaccine.
bloke who wrote that story has become a very disgraced doctor afterwards, and it's been completely proven to be bullshit.
Mhm.
So, what's
Well,
the fucking point?
You know,
Howard?
there could be 100 freaking sources that say it's fake, but just because there's one that doesn't, ooh woo, vaccines are fake, they give you autism,
yeah.
blah, blah,
I
blah.
remember.
I mean,
I
Well, you
remember
know what?
right
Then
as-
diseases give you autism, because that's what the
I
fucking
remember
vaccine
right
is.
as the
It's
virus
the
started,
disease.
people said it would just die off in like a few weeks.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
And then no. It didn't.
Mm-mm.
I mean, vaccines, though, I think where they also get it from is the fact that people can get symptoms afterwards. So they can get a bad reaction. That's not me anti-vaxxers. That's what happens. Get reactions to it. It's just
Luke's being
how
discriminated.
your body reacts differently to things. So, in the end, you can get an illness from it. Like I know people who have had illnesses afterwards, but it doesn't mean
Luke,
that they're going to kill you.
Wait, what's happening with him?
Luke's mom.
I don't know. I think his mum killed him. But anyway, going
Yeah,
back
I
to
heard
that,
that.
they can give you side effects. That's just a natural fact. That's just something that happens. You can't really argue with that. You can't say that because they give you the side effect, you can't use it. Penicillin, fucking ibuprofen, and paracetamol. They give you side effects. You still take them. You still don't bitch and moan saying, "Oh, I'm not going to take my by the back of my head." That
I don't think they take anything.
Whack.
They believe in crystal
Here's
medicine
the-
and natural
Yeah.
oils.
Didn't one of the anti-vaxxers who ran like a show on CNN die because she from a disease that could have been treated by a vaccine?
Probably.
I
Oh,
I
I'm
thought we were
sorry.
talking about first Macs, not vaccinated parents.
well, you know, keep in mind, this is complete logic to us, but when you're talking with somebody who just doesn't understand the fact that it's fake, the freaking vaccines give you autism, which, by the way, means the disease itself would, because basically all a vaccine is
a small amount of a
Tiny bit of
disease
the
that's sort of
Yeah,
designed to.
it's a dead version of the disease.
Yeah,
something that's very weak.
It's something that's very, very similar to the, and if it's like a virus, like with COVID, for example, I think what they have is they have sort of like a very similar virus that they've constructed that's like harmless or something like that.
They've also
Very similar
they've
to
also
the actual real
constructed
one.
like if you've seen the figures that they've got of coronavirus, they've
Mhm.
also constructed one that gives you like the little red dots on the side of it. So basically,
Yeah.
a way to describe it if you haven't seen it, it looks like a gold with red T's spouting out of it, and those little red dots that come out of it are what this vaccine basically makes your body make, so it can't latch on to your white blood cells and everything like that. So
Yeah, because I believe that's how they use it to like mutate cells and stuff and like procreate or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
little-
It's just
I forget.
I know
that-
YouTube,
if anybody's
PSA from a YouTube channel with fucking 26 subscribers. But listen, take your vaccines, you stupid idiots.
Mhm.
It's going to hurt a lot more after the injection. After the fact. Well, sorry. The injection is going to hurt a hell of a lot less than the disease will if you don't get
That
vaccinated.
reminds me of my sister. She's like afraid of needles, so she likes to.
I'm
just
afraid
not
of
get
needles.
vaccinated.
I don't like. Well, I'm not afraid of them. I
I'm
just
not
don't
afraid
like,
of them. I
just
just
don't like.
they just look away and it just happens.
I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of them. I don't like getting an injection or a blood test, but I still go and fucking do it because
Mhm.
it's saving your life.
You know, here's the thing. You might be afraid of noodles or needles, needles, but guess what? You're also
Afraid of noodles. Ah, right.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
right.
the ramen noodles
Afraid-
are attacking us. What
Oh.
the heck are we doing?
Oh no, gotta go get my vaccine, but I don't like noodles. Anyway, yeah, you might be afraid of needles, but you know what? You're also probably afraid of COVID, and you know what's gonna kill you more likely? Needle or no, COVID.
Needles if they've been in a
Yeah.
drug who's got AIDS and HIV and shit like that.
Yes.
But no, a needle that's from a doctor's lab, unless it's from a doctor that I can't remember the name of whilst I'm trying to make a fucking joke. Unless it's from a doctor who's going to kill you, no. It doesn't. It's not like just take your fucking vaccinations. It'll
Alright.
take 5 minutes out of your day. And it will
Especially
give
this
you
time.
an
If you don't take
extra
any
10
other one,
minutes.
take the damn vaccine. Because I'll tell you what, I've sat in this room enough. I want to actually get out and freaking live again.
I want to go out. This Christmas, I want to be able to go out and see my bloody family and do.
Seems
and do
unlikely.
Freaking shit. I'm already
I
missing
don't want
on
to be
Thanksgiving.
stuck inside doing nothing and not being able to see anyone.
That's probably
That's
what's
just
gonna
not
happen.
what.
It's
gonna
people
be-
are saying it's not going to be gone until the summer of 2021.
That's yeah.
Well,
I
at least
kinda-
now we have a definite date when they think it will be gone.
Oh,
And hope
I
we'll
wouldn't
have a
say
president
definite,
who will help us
estimate.
to that point.
We have a definitive date in fucking April. Yet that was complete bullshit because we had an idiotic president running.
And then people said the end of the. Then people said the beginning of. Some people said the beginning of 2020. Some people said like April. Then some people said the end of this year. Now people are saying summer of next year. It's all.
The
over the
end
place.
of this year, they are rolling out vaccinations in the UK,
Ah,
but they are only doing it to the most vulnerable, which is
Okay.
good.
Yeah, which
uh,
eliminates half the problems.
In this country,
think
everything's
people-
open.
I
I
think
mean, especially
people
our city.
mine and
People are
Luke
coming
stage
from other
will be
cities to
waiting
come to our
a
city just
very
to go
long-
out.
I think we'll probably be waiting until about March time before we can actually have the team because we've got to protect the people before us.
Well,
Mhm.
I mean, briefly going back to our original topic, which we've kind of slid away from. I mean, Luke said his first was an EMAC. No, his first was a Tangerine G3 and then an EMAC a year later. Mine was I mean, at least the laptop was an iBook. My first desktop was a G4 Power Mac Graphite. And my first
Oh yeah, my first desktop was a G4
yeah,
in Quicksilver.
nice. But
Which-
I mean, yeah, not really.
It's actually
much else
pretty
to say.
good. Yeah.
What was
my first? Wait, go on. Sorry.
yeah? What was yours, Luke? I mean, no, Logan.
Well, it's probably my first vintage Mac that I really had accessible to me was a iMac G3, and basically I've had that pretty much since I was alive. But because that was one of the machines that my parents had, and then eventually got passed down to me. But like probably the first one that I actually used, and that I sort of, I guess it's technically a vintage Mac now, even though I don't consider it. As, I don't.
100% vintage Mac.
Well, yeah, the PowerBook G4, and then as far as like the first computer that I would actually consider a vintage Mac, maybe the iMac G3 is getting to the point where it's 21 years old or so now, but that would probably be the Mac Classic. That was like my first true like
first
vintage
68K
Mac.
was a Mac Classic as well.
So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's actually just assembled in my basement right now. I kind of I didn't let out a bit of smoke, but I had some grounding issues earlier today, and I plugged in and it just went like pop, and then like made all kinds of arcing noises and shit, and so I unplugged it very fast. But yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever actually, has anyone here ever actually had a computer blow up on them? Not by...
I've witnessed a stupid occurrence. This guy at one of my old schools, I mean the lower school in Switzerland, I mean he had this PC fan, and then he had a death cable, which is basically just a cable that plugs into the wall with two exposed leads. So what he did was he connected the death cable to the PC fan because he thought, maybe I can make myself a little fan. But knowing nothing about how voltage and current works, he plugs this PC fan into what is essentially 240 volts. And the thing blows up and makes a loud pop. It stinks up the entire room. That kid was a real dum-dum and got banned from the makerspace after a bit.
What a retard.
Yeah, he is pretty dumb, but...
Yeah, let's see. There's so many different problems. I mean, the most obvious is the voltage. Then you have, like, the current flowing through that thing. That's probably what caused it to... Well, that's probably what caused it to blow. Then you have the fact that it's a completely different type of electric current, I guess you could say. You have AC coming out directly out of the line voltage from the wall. That fan runs probably off of, like, I'm going to guess 12 volts direct current, which is completely incompatible, most likely. Yeah. And the motor probably won't work. So, yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
On so many levels.
Well, I mean, I guess that'll kind of conclude this topic of first Macs. And our next topic is similar. What are the oldest Macs we have? What are our longest owned Macs we've had? I mean, not oldest necessarily, but like, what have we owned for the longest amount of time? And Henry already said his, which was the Keyline iBook, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that October 2018. For quite a while.
The thing about me is that when I thought of this topic, I thought, this would be a good idea. But then I realized, I mean, for someone like me who hasn't really sold their older Macs, I mean, my oldest owned Macs again are the iBook G3, Snow, the G4 Graphite, and the Classic, and the whatever. So this is kind of a basic question for me.
Yeah, this is for me too, because pretty much every vintage computer that's collectible that I have now, I have not sold, and the main reason for that is technically I could sell to buy more, but then what if I want that machine again? You know, it's sort of, I'm not really the kind of person that sells like all my valuable computers. Now, things like desktop PCs and stuff, I'll go through those, get bored of them, sell them, you know, trade them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's normal, but like I don't really sell like all my collectibles, like my, you know, all my 8-bit machines. And
especially, I mean, I only sell things because if they're duplicates, or if I don't need it, or if I don't want it, or if I lose interest in it. I mean, I've sold, or sometimes I've just sold it because I just wanted to get it off my back. One example, I had a Power Mac 8500, which I regret selling because it had a G3 upgrade, and it was kind of a nice machine, but it had a dead CD drive. The hard drive was fine, but it had a really weird graphic issue where the screen would become all distorted and stuff, and I didn't know how to fix it. And then it was missing the CD drive bezels, and the power button was smashed because I broke it because I was an idiot. And I think that was the final blow, and I was just like, you know, sell it, and I got like $80 for it, which is nothing. And I regret it, so yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you ever make any videos on that? Because I don't think I remember a Power Mac 8500.
Nope, never made any videos. The only thing I can remember about making a video of was I advertised on one of my videos that I had it up for sale, and I showed it in the video. but that's it. I never dedicated any videos to it. And that one I got for free. Someone gave it to me, and yeah, that's about it. And then another example of selling duplicates. I had 2 Mac Pluses. I sold one of them because I didn't need it.
Oh yeah, I
And then I sold the other one because I didn't want it. And then, it really just goes on. I have a lot that I've sold.
Yeah.
I mean,
The Macintosh Plus,
I
my Macintosh
had many.
Plus I probably never sell because it's really special to me because it was like one of the first machines I actually spent time on.
the only thing I regret about selling the Mac Plus was that it had a good working floppy drive, and the one in my SE is broken. So I wish I swapped the broken one into that one and then sold it as is, and then kept the good working one. That was stupid.
Yeah, and I was gonna say then you probably could have kept your full drive SE and not sold it to some eBay scammer.
Oh yeah, the dual drive SE was another one. That one was a duplicate, and I wanted to get it off my hand. I didn't use it. I didn't use it ever. It was just a display piece. It would occasionally sad Mac, and it had an annoying drive issue that I never fixed. But
yeah,
long gone.
I know you also at some point had like a Performa of some kind, and then there was also the 2CI or 2CX or whatever you had.
I had a 2CX for a bit. I ended up sending that one back because I told them to cut out an axial capacitor.
I saw that.
Which I thought was a board-mounted PRAM battery, but I was an idiot. Because, I mean, people were like, PRAM batteries don't come in black. Yes, they do. The axial PRAM batteries, at least on the Mac 2, are Varda batteries.
Yeah, the Varda ones
black,
are black.
And I thought that was one of them because it was the only one I could see on the board, but then the rest of them were covered. And then I tried soldering it back. It still didn't work. I mean, looking back now, all it really had was a simple cap issue. It just had a purple screen. I also had a Performance 600, which was battery leaked, so I sent that back as well, because it wasn't advertised as battery leaked, and I paid too much for it. And then I sent the Performance 600 back and exchanged it for a Mac TV. I mean, at least I bought one instead, and I think that was a pretty good trade.
And then that's the Mac TV you have now, right?
Yeah. What about you, Henry?
Oh god. So the one I've had the longest is the keyline clamshell.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few that I have gotten rid of, but to be honest, actually, no, there's not many. It's only about 3 or 4. Because I've gotten rid of Jesus, no, there's a lot more. I've gotten rid of quite a few clamshells. So I got rid of I've gotten rid of an indigo, a couple of blueberries. One of them went by destruction. I had a G3 Snow. That was the second one I bought. It surprisingly had a working battery, even 20 years later. It was the 800 megahertz model. Reeked like the fucking, like the horrible adhesive that it could use. And that ended up going by destruction, just like in my fashion. But it didn't die in vain, as it gave RAM to my keyline and it gave a 30GB hard drive to my Indigo.
That's not bad.
I've had my G3, which I destroyed because it was just an empty shell. I tried to sell it for months, no one bought it, and I regret that I regret that massively because, as I've said so many times, it had the fucking handle for my G3 currently. Popping it right, which pissed me the fuck off. Oh Jesus Christ! There's one that I'm currently planning on getting rid of, which is my Indigo. It's disgusting condition. It doesn't have a hard drive, nor does it have a RAM, because I put that in the Lime and the G3 that I've got now. I'm thinking of donating that to a retro gaming place that's in my local mall as just like something to put on display because it's got computers and consoles in the 80s up to the very early 2000s display, and some of them are in such shitty condition. Like they've got NESs there that are just yellow as the sun. Yeah, I think that iMac would actually sit really nicely there. It'll be appreciated by people other than me when I absolutely fucking hate it at the moment because it takes too much space and I just want it off my hands. That's really it.
Quite an extensive history. somewhat.
I don't usually like to get rid of things. Like, I mean, I've liquidated my iPhone collection. I did that ages ago. I regret selling my 2G. I shouldn't have sold that, and I really want one back.
Oh, wow.
I really want another one, but my 2G just didn't work. It never worked after the repair. It never worked before. It just always had issues with it.
Mine
But
just has
thankfully,
a
it didn't
battery
happen.
issue, and I don't want to sell it because it was my dad's. So, oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to sell it. I didn't want to sell it, but I just thought, hey, it's a 2G, it's money, it's worth quite a bit, so screw it, I'm going to put it up.
Yeah.
Because I never used it.
I actually, I don't own like a full 2G, but I believe, I just saw it yesterday.
What about you, Luke? What was your first Mac? I mean, what's the longest Mac that you've owned in your collection or whatever?
I actually own, I can't find it right now, but I actually own the back case to a 2G somewhere.
A
was
battery?
the longest I've
What, the
owned
metal
for
bit or?
ages.
Yeah, the metal. I
Oh
wish I
my
could
God,
find it, but I
that's
don't know
so
where I put it.
garbage.
I literally just saw it like yesterday.
I don't know if a battery case would work though, because if you leave it plugged in, it just doesn't work, which is the problem. So, and I think that's the main issue, and then it just fails to boot. But yeah. But anyway, Luke, what was your what's the longest Mac you've owned?
My G3, my Tangerine.
Noise. Well, I guess that's kind of it for this topic. That might actually be the last topic because we didn't really have too
I
many.
think.
I
I
was
think
gonna
it
say, I
is.
don't think I actually got into mine either. The longest Mac I've ever owned, technically that's a complicated
Oh, right.
question for me.
Yeah, I forgot.
It would be between, once again, it would be between the iMac G3 or the PowerBook, but I'm gonna say the PowerBook because technically, well, the iMac G3 was in my house. I didn't technically really own it.
Yeah.
The PowerBook was sort of the machine that I always used until like I actually got into like old computers, and then I sort of found the iMac, and then that sort of became mine.
That's not bad.
And yeah, and then I grew into a horde of vintage computers that
Well,
are
I mean, it's
awesome.
not as much
So,
as a horde
yeah.
as mine. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, you haven't even seen the desktop PC tower section of it yet. That's a whole new story.
Oh no, you should do a tour of that. I've done a tour. I'm gonna do one at like I'm gonna do one at 600 subs once I clean everything up. Yeah, at 600 subs, I'm gonna do a bedroom and office tour, which is in like I don't know 4 subs. I'm like 4 subs away from that, which is cool.
Nice.
I
I
can
actually
see it.
just passed. I passed
Yeah, I'm at like
120 yesterday.
596.
Hey, I have 4 alts.
So I'm gonna try promoting
I have
my.
4
I'm gonna try
alts.
promoting my iPhone 12 Pro Max review like hell to hopefully gain those 4 extra subscribers. Shouldn't be
Yeah.
too bad.
On 619.
I've actually started
I'm not sure if
promoting
that
some of
is-
my videos,
I'm
too.
not sure if that- I'm on 619. I'm not sure if that's me, if I've gained one or not.
I don't know. I think you've been on
Alright.
619 forever. But
I
anyway,
thought it was
on the topic of
618.
self promos, let's move to that. So, yeah, I mean, we could just continue talking about what we've been talking about. I mean, again,
Yeah.
I've finished filming my 12 Pro Max review. I'm mostly done editing. I just have to edit and voice over the camera comparison against the
Voiceovers.
7 Plus. And
That's
surprised-
fun.
I don't
Yeah,
even
the
have the 7
voiceover's a
Plus.
pain in the
This is
ass.
this is like really the first time I've come up here without the 7 Plus, and I'm just using this one. It's kind of weird because I don't. Oh, my poor 7. Oh, that thing was nice.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I was gonna say I spent like all day today just trying to do like a 30-second voiceover for an upcoming video, which I'll talk about in a minute. At first I did it, and then my preview on my editor was like lagging like hell because I don't have a really powerful computer, and then like everything was out all the timing was like screwed up, so I had to redo it. But this time I set the priority of that program to high, but then when I went back and played the recording I made, it was like all cut out and everything. So then I came back today and finally got it to just barely work, but it was a pain in the ass. So yeah, I think I need to look into upgrading hardware soon. And actually, on your comment though about, I'll just throw this in here as well, about the tour thing of like including the PC stuff and everything. I think I might possibly do that. Maybe at 200 subs. If not, I'll do it since I'm technically. Well, I'll get the other option in a bit. But yeah, go ahead.
go ahead and get yourself promos done.
Well, Henry, what do you got down? I assume.
So recently we have finished filming for Reverse Gear.
Oh,
I've got to
Reverse
make sure I
Gear,
say
that
this right,
series you've
because
been
during
talking about.
editing I found that Charlie called it Bottom Gear.
Bottom Gear.
Yeah, yeah, you call it Bottom Gear.
Bottom Gear,
We're in the middle of
I like
editing
Bottom
it
Gear a lot. Better, it's fun.
currently. Charlie's not done any work on it, but to be fair, he's got the iPhone 12 video.
I'm almost done with the iPhone video, and then this week I'll spend some time on it if I have time.
Yeah.
But I also have to edit something else for school, and also somewhat speaking of school, quickly going in a
What
different
are you
direction.
even doing for school with that thing?
Stuff. I mean, I've actually been given access to the Adobe Creative Cloud, or
Oh,
Adobe,
nice.
the Adobe Suite, which is fancy term for I literally have access to every Adobe program ever. And I've just started using Premiere and Illustrator. I haven't tried out Premiere yet, but well, not Illustrator, no. Premiere and Photoshop, and I've been using Photoshop all day, and it's so much better than GIMP. Holy shit, GIMP is like ancient technology now. And I mean, as long as I'm going to the school, I'm gonna have access to that, which is pretty freaking sweet if you ask me. So yeah, I'm gonna try editing one of my newer videos with Premiere just to see how it is. And if I don't really like it, I'll just go back to Olive. But we'll have to see. Anyway, continue.
I don't know. Personally, I've kind of like, because I've tried Photoshop. I actually have like most of the CS5 stuff on an old Mac, or not old Mac, like a slightly outdated Mac of mine. I don't mind Photoshop really, but it's a very nice program. But I've just gotten so used to Paint.net, which I find much more efficient for my workflow. So that's sort of what I'm sticking with. One thing I do want to see, if it's possible to get Premiere onto that machine, because it should be in CS5. But the problem is my mom actually gave away the CS5 discs or whatever that are necessary to install that. So that's kind of an angering. But not that I'd be able to really do much with that anyway. Plus, I can just ask Duke for a pirated copy of Final Cut Pro, and then boom.
You got pirate
I'd have
copy.
to
Duke's your guy.
Say that on the stream.
Well, I'm
Who
joking.
cares? Yeah, I guess we could move on to Henry or Luke, depending on who has something to say.
Luke, do you have anything? Because I'm still finishing writing this, and I haven't even got that.
I know Luke might be doing a Let's Fix It on that iBook if he ever decides
Yes,
to buy it.
he'll be doing Let's Fix It on that iBook. Hopefully, Charlie will hopefully be buying the blueberry. No,
Yeah, I'll definitely do some videos on those as well. Oh,
yeah,
you're being
so
lazy,
Charlie
you're not
went
gonna
through.
fix all the little things. Like, I mean, you did the drive. You just didn't do the hinge.
The blue is mine, isn't it?
The hinge is fine.
Well, no, not on the graphite. It's gonna pop out.
Oh yeah, the little bit at the bottom that's popped out. That's not hard, Charlie. That's
I don't
fucking
wanna-
easy. That's easy. Just
Are
get
you
a
sure
hammer.
it's not damaged? If it's
Do that.
damaged,
Simple.
okay,
what
then
you
you
gotta
do
do.
it.
Oh. The,
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
sit on it
then-
like a toilet seat, because that's what they are.
yeah, and it probably could support your weight,
Yeah.
6-pound fucker. But yeah, so going back to Reverse Gear. Yeah, so we're currently editing
Please support
the
my
first
dying
episode of
gaming
that.
channel.
Huh?
Please support my dying gaming channel.
No. Anyway, so
How
we
many
are-
subscribers do you have on that one,
We are
actually?
editing the first episode of Reverse Gear. Hopefully, we might be filming the second this week or next week. Sorry.
Oh no. Oh, I have so much to do.
Oh, shut up.
I mean, maybe
Next week is actually going to be very simple for me. We have like 2 days, and then we're off for Thanksgiving break, and then like
Oh,
those 2 days we're probably going to do
lucky you
nothing.
get off. I mean, I don't.
You lucky
Yeah.
son.
Because in this country, Thanksgiving is irrelevant.
Yeah, same with this country. But yeah, so we've got that to finish. I also want to ask everyone who has Forza Horizon 4 to get into Charlie's server, because
No.
one episode of Reverse Gear we're going to be doing. It should be including
Never
just
agreed on this. Hide and
Shut
seek
up.
cars is kind of. I don't want to be mean, but your ideas are bad. Hide and seek with fucking cars. Where are you supposed to hide? And how are you supposed
That's
to?
not
what's
how
the
it
price
works,
supposed to be?
Charlie.
I don't
How
care.
it works is you have to pick a car that looks like it would be stock and drive around like an NPC, and then someone has to come around and try and guess if you're an NPC on.
That's easy. You have gamer tags. And it looks
Oh.
You have
Yeah,
to
you can
turn
turn
game
them off.
tags off.
I don't think it will work too well.
Yeah.
Might.
It's worked before. I've done it with mates. It's worked. So maybe might be
But there's
one.
like 3 types of NPC cars, and like not even half of them are in the inventory. You know, whatever. We'll figure out later. Let's not argue.
Yeah, we'll figure that
about
out.
it here.
But yeah, so reverse gear is definitely happening. We've come up with some ideas for future episodes. We've also come up with, well, Charlie's going to be making a intro for it. I think that's really it. I haven't got much to say.
Yeah, I guess that'll basically conclude tonight's episode
Oh
of
well,
Apple Talk.
I haven't done any sub promos yet.
Oh right, fuck.
Damn it, Charlie, that's the second time you forgot me.
I haven't said anything.
Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and go now.
Sorry, what? I didn't get you. I didn't get you then. You cut out.
Anyway, so as far as stuff that I'm going to be doing, for one, I can't actually really film anything right now because I'm completely building an entire new setup for my channel down in my basement. So it's turning out pretty good. I'm not going to show anything of it just yet because I don't want to sort of spoil it because I'm going to be possibly making a video on it, even though it's probably going to be like me doing 2 things and then jumping to the end.
My promo.
Yeah, anyway, there's going to be...
calculator collection video
Oh,
very
yeah.
soon. Nothing
Yeah.
special, just some Casios and shit. Some pretty boring generic ones, but they're all part of the family. And I don't know, I just had a bunch of calculators by chance.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I will be doing a video on me building that possibly, and also that will be where I'm also going to be doing all my future videos, and it's turning out pretty cool, pretty nice. I'm also currently working on a video that should be coming out hopefully within the next week or two, and that's going to be on recapping my original Xbox hitter, which I think I mentioned this last stream, but yeah, basically these things have capacitor issues, and I recapped some of the caps on this that were starting to leak all over the board, and so you should be seeing a video on this guy relatively soon. I hope that turns out well, but yeah, that's the one I was actually doing the voiceover for that went to shit. But yeah, other than that, subscribe. I don't know what else to say. So back to you, Charlie.
I mean, I guess Luke.
I'm
had
guessing
to
he's
self-promote.
playing Microwave Sim.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I am, but I know Luke
Yeah,
had a
maybe.
self-promo he wanted to go over. Maybe I don't remember though. So.
Just gonna spin around in my chair. Oh shit! No, what happened to the... That's not working.
I genuinely cannot hear a word Logan is saying. My computer's just completely shut.
That's because no one's saying anything at the moment.
Oh yeah.
We're waiting for you.
Well, my self-promo, as I said, I'm going to make a calculator collection video. Nothing special, just some Casios. Some random ones I've got lying around. Credit card side calculator, that's special. Like, it doesn't work, but hey.
I actually have an old
Yeah,
vacuum
should
fluorescent
be
adding machine somewhere. I don't
tomorrow,
know where it is right
maybe.
now, though.
Maybe Monday.
Oh, cool.
Depends when I can be bothered to shoot it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's all.
that's what I've got coming up soon. Let's Fix It will resume after the 25th of December. So, episode 5 should be the Dell or the PlayStation or the HP. Depends what you want to see, I suppose. I'll make them films. And then you guys can do stuff, I guess. But, yeah, nothing really else. I might make a camera video as well, but that'll come later.
Alright. Well, I guess that'll do it for tonight's episode of Apple Talk. If you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing. We stream every weekend at the same time. Sometimes we may not be here. I mean, we've gone, 9 episodes straight without a break?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows if we'll do next week? I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit tired. But, we'll see. But yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming out. I mean...
Also, like to thank Charlie for inviting me again for like the 20th time.
I think you might just have to become a host or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Discuss it.
You can't
Yeah.
get rid of me at this point.
But yeah, we do also have a Discord server, link in the description below. If you haven't joined
sure
yet,
it's
please
not
do
high.
so. We do voice chats, and you can get to talk to us personally if you're interested. But yeah, not really too much else
personally.
to say. So yeah, I'll do it. If anyone else has
No
anything
dick
to say,
pic.
you could do it.
Share your support, guys. We love your support.
Yeah.
So give it to us.
We
or else
also
we
like
will
Luke's
shoot you.
t-shirt, which he put on us. Nice t-shirt.
Alright. Well, I guess that'll do it for tonight's episode. Stay
Smash
safe,
that like
don't
button.
die, and have a good night. Goodbye.
Yeah, don't die. Don't dying is the most important
Yep.
part. Bye.